That is making sure you have the proper estate plan, put it in place. And don't think you don't have an estate plan. You do. Either you'll make one up yourself, or our United States government has one for you. And I don't think you're going to like their plan 100%. So as far as we're concerned in CMI, and through our trust counseling firm, the most valuable information we have to share with people stem all the way from acquiring it, saving, college, retirement, investing, taxes, charitable giving, and estate planning. If one of those are missing, it's going to cause a gap, and don't expect your family to achieve the financial wealth that you've dreamed of for so many years. And I've never seen it happen any other way. Yes, oh, I'm going to go into the real estate business and I'm going to be wealthy forever. Hogwash. It doesn't happen that way. Because if you don't have the proper tax position, that real estate will eat you alive. So if you pull out any one of those items, you'll never make it there. But you'll notice, if you ever had an opportunity, as I had, to study the portfolios of very wealthy families, they all consist of the same 6 items. And all we're doing is saying, let's put it in an affordable manner so the everyday average person can access those same 6 items. Now, our objective is not to turn people into Rockefeller or Goldwaters. It's just to put you in the same type of security that these families have afforded themselves for generation after generation. So estate planning, truth or consequences.
It seems like this is a situation in which an ounce of prevention, meaning those things that you talked about, those 6 areas, could prevent a ton of cure.
Absolutely.
And traditionally, we've been miseducated, non-educated, brainwashed, and given bad information and misinformation and no information. Whatever the situation has been, the result has been the same.
Correct.
We generate some $500 billion in our community, but in the final analysis, we have nothing, practically nothing, to show for it. And it is not by accident. And I'm glad to see that you're putting into place, techniques and strategies that are proven and that have been in existence for years and years and years that give results. But for the first time, you're letting this knowledge filter down to the people who need it most.
And I'm so glad to hear you say that his knowledge, information, and tools that have been around for generation after generation. Our viewers need to understand we are not talking about anything new. We didn't have to make up any of this. All we had to do was take all the pieces of the puzzle that's out there and put them together to form a picture for you. Now, your professionals will share with you, oh yeah, that information is there and that information is here, but it's scattered in the winds. But not until it came together in a full teaching system from beginning to end did it start to make sense to families. So most important, the viewers need to understand that this is not new information.
Not at all. James, one thing that strikes me as so very important is the fact that, in essence, if an individual continues to believe the things that we've been taught about money and about financing and about building the future, we're pretty much sunk.
Correct.
We're either going to be eaten alive by inflation or the tax man. Either way, that is not the proper way to build the future that we're talking about, either retiring, investing, scholarships for our children, or any of that. One of the things that you mentioned in terms of being able to pass on this vital information, it also struck me that people in business right now, in small business, retail businesses, and also home-based businesses, need this information just to assure that the hard work that they have already put in to build their business doesn't go down the tubes when they pass it on to their heirs.
Absolutely.
Mainly the children. What I'm interested in, this particular educational system that you put together here obviously has taken a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of research.
14 years.
14 years.
Yes.
Man, I'm impressed. I'm even more impressed with the fact that you have the time, the willingness, and the dedication to share this information with people. Give us an idea of the very first step that a person can move on with this information and be able to improve their lives. Because I'm going to tell you, what it says to me is what you've already said to me. My first step is opening up my ears and being willing to listen and understand. Because some of the things that you said fly in the face of what we call traditional wisdom. That is to say that we're not necessarily supposed to invest our money on Wall Street. And if indeed we're investing in Wall Street, there's a way to do it. Tell us.
Now, you have to keep in mind that none of this information has anything to do with my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This is all facts, figures, and documentation. So we're challenging our viewers to start studying and researching and learning for themselves. And as soon as they do that, they will see this information all around them. Because within our seminar, we show documentation from newspapers, magazine articles, government documentation. We pull it right out of the investment industry, and there's pieces and parts. And they mean nothing until we put them all together in one. And all of this starts from the simple understanding, if our viewers can understand this one concept, all of what we share with them can be for their family. And that one concept is that they need to save a little money every month.
Okay.
And that's where it starts.
Excellent. And might I add that as you're saving a little bit of money each month, if it's no more than $200, that the instrument that is chosen to save in should be one that is tangible
assets.
Tangible assets.
Absolutely.
And I like the idea of the acquisition of silver coins. I'm going to tell you why. Not only am I listening to your advice, but when I was a little guy, my Aunt Florine from Mississippi used to give us silver coins every year for our birthday.
We hear the story.
We call them Bo Dollars.
Right, right.
When I heard you talk about investing in silver coins, let me tell you, man, my heart felt good. I know that most of our listening audience, our viewers, can indeed invest a couple $100 a month in silver.
It's even got another nickname. It's called Poor Man's Gold.
Ah, okay.
So that hits the nail on the head right there for sure.
I love it. I love it.
One of the things that I felt would be a legacy that we could leave to the families of this country is the fact that there is no other teaching system that exists like this anywhere in the world. There's no university you can go to learn these things. There's no trade school you can go to learn these things. We actually have Harvard Law School graduates in the School of Business and Finance and Law that are within our teaching system. We have individuals from every walk of life, investment bankers, attorneys, CPA, individuals with the Internal Revenue Service, individuals, political figures, sports figures, as well as business owners, and as well as everyday families. So what does that mean? That means every family in this country, regardless of their financial position, needs to learn and access and take advantage of the truth of wealth building, or you will suffer the consequences. And we've all been under those for too long.
In your experience, have you found that the people to whom you have imparted this knowledge do in fact pass it on to their children? And if so, how receptive are the children to these financial ideas?
Oh yes, we have whole family units in our teaching system. We have 4 or 5 brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, cousins, grandmothers, grandfathers. Actually, our oldest family member is a young 94 years old. And then we have a bishop that's 91 years old. Now try to tell these two individuals that, well, if I could have got that information 10, 12 years ago. So we have every walk of life, whole family units engaging in this information. As a matter of fact, we had our highest assignment of new family members in November and December, the holiday season.
Okay.
And why was that? Because families came together during the holiday season and they had been looking for something to get into financially for the family. And there we sat. And to do your highest amount of business in the season of giving, Christmas, when all other companies are going in the opposite direction, is a testament to the power of this information for bringing families together. And that was just incredible to see.
Well, think of it like this. Anybody who is willing to improve their financial standing will probably be open and receptive to hearing this information. Although some of it is a little unsettling, because as I listen to you and those bells ring true, I realize that some of us have taken a long time to get this information. And now, within a short period of time, maybe fewer than 10 years, it may be retirement time.
Oh, we can cut it down a little shorter than 10 years.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
And see, as long as our viewers understand, what they're looking at is a different economic reality. That's our mission statement. This is different than anything you've ever seen on an economic basis before, but the reality is there's nothing new here. And it's all researchable. It's all backed by documentation, facts, and figures. And as our mission statement says, CMI, mission, where do we go? We're going to the family unit. And what is CMI's objective? Where does it come from? CMI's resolve, resources, and intent is to return control of a family's financial destiny back to the hands of the family and out of the hands of the entities that control that up to this particular point, which is your employer, the IRS, and our government. And we do that by financial knowledge, education, and tools that have been here for generation after generation. CMI's doors will always remain open and be available for all those who seek and need a different economic reality. That mission statement means a lot.
Well, one thing that comes to mind is myself and many of our viewing audience really would think about the fact that in the time that we plan to enjoy ourselves in our retirement years, we've seen many people, co-workers, friends, neighbors, not plan. And unfortunately, they found that the income was not able to really sustain them. They may be able to continue to drive their old vehicle,
Correct.
not purchase a new one, and they may be able to go downtown for a visit, maybe not on a vacation. To tell you the truth, what I would be interested in, and I know a lot of viewers are, is being able to do the things that you really want to do in retirement time. Right now even, being able to take a very nice vacation, take the whole family, go to Disney World, take a cruise, those kinds of things. James, can we start now and be able to secure a good future in the very near future? Is your educational process substance enough to work with that, even though some of us may have slipped for about 10 years?
Or more.
Or more. What's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago. What's the next best time to plant a tree?
No.
Right now.
Right now, absolutely. Because even when you're talking about in retirement, you've planned for retirement. What happens? when the roof goes bad. The money's not there. So do it now.
Do it now.
That's correct.
And in reality, that is the best advice for anybody. It's never too late, and as long as you're living, there are options.
Absolutely. Choices.
Choices. Thank you. James, I want to thank you for being with us. Your information is really priceless.
And I appreciate it and was so honored to come on your show. Thank you from all the CMI families across the country.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I want to thank you, our viewing audience, for continuing to support us. I want to thank Capricorn One Production for doing just a fine job. I want to thank Cecilia Harris and also Bill Godowski for doing such wonderful work as technical assistants. I ask the audience to continue to watch, continue to support our program, continue to support cable access, and continue to prosper. Thank you.